Good evening, Patriots. Dan Dubois, National President of Canadian Combat Coalition. We're also known as C3. I'm going to bring in some people. If you want to just give me a second and invite some people here. I wish we could have gotten on a little earlier. There we go. Been difficult trying to coordinate people to have time off so that we could get together and actually make video. So what I wanted to do, and there he is, a man that virtually needs no introduction, our new Alberta president, Win Nate. And I just want to tell everyone that Win Nay, if you haven't noticed on Facebook, he's been doing an awesome job growing the chapter out there by leaps and bounds. Awesome job.
Thanks, brother. Then
go ahead, Win Nay. Give us your spiel. I just got to take off for 2 seconds. I just noticed, and I don't have my poppy on, and that's a bad thing today. Hang on. There, that's better. No, I just put on this sweater and I changed into my C3 t-shirt and I noticed I didn't have my poppy on. And I'll be darned if I'm not going to wear this poppy.
Hey, brother Bo. I just saw his name. It's popping up. By the way, guys, my name is Wendy. I'm here in AB C3 chapter. We are doing great in Edmonton. Our purpose is like helping the needed community in Edmonton. We have a lot of homeless people. So basically, we come out like especially long weekends. We go out over there and then feed them like some food and give them some warm clothes. So a lot of homeless people, they asking some help like from us. They wanted us like to hold.
Okay.
If you have some warm clothes, you're most welcome to donate like for them. I can give you like my contact numbers. You can give me a call like anytime if you are around in AB. Yeah, we have like a few members like around AB. We have like Calgary, like Captain, Hinton, Camrose. If you close by that area, most welcome to drop it off.
Right on, yeah. So that's what Win has been doing is he's actually been setting up captains, and that's what we do with C3 in the major cities or in areas. We set up captains. So Win Nay has appointed a few captains out there in his area. So if you're in the Alberta area and you want to join C3, or if you want to, like Win Nay's been asking for donations, clothing and stuff like that, Win is the man for you to contact. He's very active. I swear, I've never seen such a patriotic person in my life. I'll be honest with you. I'm so proud of what Win's been doing out there. This man takes a major portion of his paycheck and actually goes out and buys mitts and toques and stuff and buys stuff for the poor and the homeless. He's out there actively helping the poor and the homeless. I wish that our chapter, the largest portion, is in a small town of Sudbury. We don't have a major problem with the poor and the homeless. And around Christmas time, we will go out around the town and help out those unfortunate that are on the streets, but there aren't very many. We're not big enough in the big cities yet, like in Edmonton. It's awesome that when they joined the group because he's in a major city. He's been able to get some help and recruit some other members, and he's able to actually take an active part in helping his area. So like, especially in Toronto, we don't have enough members in Toronto. We've only got Ed Jamnisik, and that's the man you got to get a hold of if you're in the Toronto area. It'd be nice to grow a chapter in that area so that they can do similar things like what Wynn's been doing. Win, I'm gonna I can talk all night about the great stuff you guys been doing, but go ahead, let us know what you've done in the past and what you guys are planning in the near future. I've been watching in the chats, and you guys have got some real good things planned in the near future.
Yeah, our main goal is right now we are mainly focusing on how to help our needy community better. So we know for sure that those homeless people sleeping on the street, some of them asking for sleeping bags. Sleeping bags is like expensive. So what we can do for them is, get some gloves for them and then some like jackets. So our vice president, who is Brother Cho Lee, he's gonna come in and donate some warm clothes and some jackets, thick jackets, so that they can survive in the cold winter season. So when they have the jackets, they be happy. We try our best like to help them out, especially like winter time. A lot of us are hardworking people. We don't have a lot of money to buy like new stuff. So we basically like getting some warm clothes from Burmese Canadian community. They help us out a little bit, and we really appreciate for them doing that. We will try. We will continue working hard. We will try our best to save more lives. People live sleeping on the street, especially like very cold night, right? About a couple years ago, one man died. He died because he didn't have a jacket on him. He got a jacket on him, but the jacket was thin, and he was left alone. And then he died at White F. White F is close by downtown. So around like this year, according to the weather experts, they were saying that, oh, we're gonna have like a very cold winter, especially January and February, like very cold night. In a very cold night, we're gonna go. Those people, they sleep like good, warm and good, because we don't want like them to die on the street like animal. They have no
You
choice.
know,
They got sleep on the street. I understand that a lot of them, they have problem with their addictions. That's part of the problem is our government. They're not really helping them. That is I would say one of the biggest problems.
well, the addictions now, some countries, and I commend these countries because that's my belief. They're starting to take on the mentality that addiction is actually not a crime, but rather a disease. And they're treating it like a disease and instead of a crime. I mean, people make bad decisions all the time. Some of us, it's bad monetary decisions, and some of us, it's bad, physical decisions by getting and trying drugs, getting addicted to these drugs, and now you're facing a lifetime of hardship. Well, I
Right.
don't believe that because you made a poor decision in your life that you don't deserve any help. And being a Canadian born in Canada, because you've made bad decisions, you deserve help. I mean, we've seen companies made terrible decisions. They almost go bankrupt, and our government does everything to throw money at them, like Bombardier, to keep them afloat. This was a bad decision. They made bad decisions. They made bad financial decisions. Well, these people, the only difference is they've made bad decisions physically towards themselves. So is it right to condemn them and and not help them because they've wound up on the streets? 7 people, as far as I know, and I mean I could be wrong, but as far as I know, 7 people died in Toronto last year of exposure. I mean, if we can put illegal immigrants up in hotels, why aren't we looking after our own people? You know? And
Yeah.
Wynn recognizes this problem, and he's in a big city like Edmonton. So he's taking an active part in actually trying to help this. And that's another thing. C3, we're all about doing the right thing and good things. It doesn't matter if it's attending a political rally or hosting a political rally. It's about we expose evil wherever we see it. We help our fellow Canadians whenever we can, and it's about doing good. It's even in our mission statement that we even oppose the cruelty to animals. I mean, if it's wrong, if it's evil, C3 will oppose it and will try to do something to bring awareness to it or to stop it. And we got great people like Win Nate, an awesome guy. You fought. Tell us. That's another thing. While I got you on, Win, you experienced war. You experienced hardship. Tell the Canadians what you experienced in Burma. Tell us a little bit about your childhood life in Burma. It'd be interesting to hear.
Yeah, I was a former child soldier back in Burma. We fought hard, like against the socialist Burmese regime. The reason we fought hard because we want freedom. Those socialists, they don't want you to live free. You cannot say anything you want. They block your mind. They're gonna keep you like you gotta live in poverty. There is no peace. These people, they will oppress you. No matter because the reason we lost the war because we didn't have like guns. Gun control is the big thing too. These people, they know our weaknesses. The reason they know our weaknesses, they're doing like hard thing on us because we do not have weapons. We cannot stand up and then fight them back with by violence, by fire. So these people, they are really really smart. First of all, they make they brainwash the people. Back in Burma, Buddhism is is a major religion, right? So those dictators, they use very religious Buddhists. So they brainwash people. They said, "Oh, we gotta live together. Make sure you have compassion, this and that." Just compassion alone, we cannot make everybody to live in peace. Government is very important too. Government is good for social, so they supposed to. They don't do that. In Burma, we have Burma is rich in natural resources. Those people, they're thinking about gas and oil, jades, rubies, thieves, like lumbers. We are very rich in those resources. They want to control the whole thing so that they can be rich. These people, they only thinking about power and money. No wonder you see most of those high ranks police officers or military high rank personals. They are billionaires, not millionaires. These people are so damn rich because they keep people poor. They make sure that people are down, and then they make sure that people are uneducated. That's why they are controlling people. And then on
And
top of
that's
that,
what and that's what's coming here is what we can see.
yep,
Duke, it's only Jerry. Duke.
Duke. Hey, Duke. There are many ethnic Burmese groups, right? They don't want them to be together. They wanted each group to be separated so that we cannot be together. Among our ethnic groups, we always fighting each other because they know the trick. They know how to put us down. Look, good people like us, educated people like us, we patiently try to work hard, with them, but it doesn't work because a lot of uneducated people over there, and then they are so racist. They are because those military, high rank military, funding them, purposely funding them so that we cannot be united as one. That's why we fall. We failed. We failed big time. Not just that, we lost a lot of lives too because of people they fought hard, and then we lost lives, and also our women and children are darkened, so we cannot do anything now. The only thing we can do is from the west right now we have a good opportunity to stand up together, and then we can fight the government back, because I know for a fact that when you understand the mind of a psychopath and narcissist, they are crazy people. They don't have a heart. They don't know anything. All they know is power. These power these people, they are crazy about power. So the only way to take them down is I would say by violence. You know, I don't want violence. I want like a peaceful way, like to solve the problem. But
Yeah.
I would say we have no choice because
Well,
we,
we're not there. We're not there yet, but
yeah,
it could happen. It could happen that it turns to violence. But you know, that's not. That's why we have to stand up. I mean, is he a smart guy or what? Have you heard? Did you hear what Wynn was saying? He's right on the money. It's about control and power, and the elite and the rich controlling the poor and keeping
yeah,
people uneducated. That's what they did over in Burma, and that's what's happening here in Canada.
yep,
Now, we have to do something now if we are to find a peaceful solution. And that's what we want is a peaceful solution. We definitely don't want to see Canada divided to an extent where we're literally fighting in the streets. We have to, that's why it's so important that we stand up now and oppose all these evil ideologies and all these terrible people now, people like Soros and what have you. And that's, I mean, Wynne comes from a country where he saw the division and the war erupt. So, you know, when you come from a country like that and you come to a country like Canada and you're hoping it's a safe haven and you're seeing these ideologies actually follow you into that country, you're concerned. And that's why Wynne and many Burmese friends of his are concerned because they lived it. We haven't lived it. Canada, we've had it easy. We haven't seen war. And now they're erasing our history so that we don't even know about past wars. And you know, we're seeing our young have no compassion for such things as our veterans and our fallen military. And that's why they came out with that stupid white poppy and opposing wearing poppies. Well, I'll be damned, and I can see that Wynn is of the same mentality. We'll be damned if we're not going to wear the red poppy on especially a day like Remembrance Day.
right.
You know?
You see, we have only a little bit time left. We, you know, I hate to say that, but this is from my heart. I gotta say it. Vote split is a bad idea. To be honest with you, Maxime Bernier is the right guy to lead, but he left our CPC a little bit late. If he left like a little bit early, that could have been a lot better. He could have like you know, a lot of supporters by now. I know for a fact that you know, he went to Vancouver and Calgary. You know, a lot of people showed up. A lot of them, you know, I would say like big businessman. He got the big business man's support, which is a great thing like for him. The problem is like when you running a campaign, right? You need a lot of money. Money is the issue too. He's not rich like Donald Trump. If he
Well, you
wants,
know what? The fact is don't kid yourself. Maxime Bernier is very wealthy. He
yeah,
has a lot
I
of
know.
money, and in as little as you know, 6 weeks, 7 weeks since he's announced his party, he's got you know close to 50,000 supporters that have actually joined his page. So, with that said, I know what you say, and people are worried about. They're calling it split vote, but it's not a split vote. The fact of the matter is the proper terminology to use here, and Mike Traherne is a great guy that knows about politics, and he's a great guy to talk to. It's called a slide vote. And Maxime Bernier left the PC government because he didn't agree with where they're going and their politics. They are basically going to do exactly, in my
Brother
opinion,
Dan, I
as
have
what
a problem
Trudeau is
hearing
doing.
you. I have a problem hearing you. Maybe something's wrong with your audio.
Oh, is
We
that
cannot
right?
hear you now.
You know what? You were cutting in and out too, but I think it's because you were getting
Notification?
notifications or something. I'd hear a bring and then you'd freeze for a second, but then you'd
Yeah.
come back. Can you hear me now?
But
Yeah, see
uh,
you.
oh
Can,
yeah,
can
I can hear.
can you
Yeah,
hear me now?
yeah, I can.
Okay. Yeah, I'll tell you. If you want some more information, Win,
Yeah.
give Mike Traherne a call. And he'll fill you in on what's going on. Like you know, and I mean, I don't trust everything I hear, and I'm not going to endorse Scheer or Bernier right now. It's too early.
Yeah.
You know, like the pick a side, I think isn't, you can't pick a side yet. We got to let things roll out. We got to let all of the information come out. Information is coming out now that Scheer signed the Paris Accord. Now we're finding out the Paris Accord was nothing but a sham. Well, Maxime Bernier didn't sign that. We're hearing that Scheer is with the UN. Well, that means that he's okay with Trudeau giving away our sovereignty in December. Well, Maxime Bernier totally opposes the UN. So, I mean, it doesn't really matter who has the popularity at this time. It's who is going to come out with a platform and going to come out with a plan to save Canada that is best suited for our best interests. You know, like that's who should get the vote. And don't be fooled by Trudeau, because Trudeau's backpedaling now. Now Trudeau is going to take a firm stand on the border, illegal border crossings. Trudeau lied, and Trudeau is lying again to get votes. So I think right now, Maxime Bernier or Scheer, but we shouldn't decide yet. We got a year. In 11 months from now, we should pick a side and then push to make sure that that side is the side that wins. You know, it bothers me that Scheer is getting some endorsement and some coverage from mainstream media. Why is Maxime Bernier not getting coverage from mainstream media? Because they fear him, because he's not buying into the elitists, because he's not a globalist. You know, they're going to push Scheer's agenda because I think, and this is only my personal opinion, but I think it's because they believe that Scheer will be another puppet like Trudeau.
That's no
So
doubt, my brother. That's no
that's
doubt.
why that's
Yeah.
why they're publicizing him on mainstream media, because you know they want him to win, and we all know mainstream media is actually pushing the wrong side. So if you see mainstream media promoting Scheer, that's not the right guy to vote for, I think.
Right.
I think you should be voting for the guy that mainstream media is not promoting. And right now, they're not promoting Maxime Bernier. So that kind of tells me something, but I'm not going to pick a side yet.
Yeah.
All I'm saying at this point is I like the things that Maxime Bernier is saying and doing more than what Scheer's been saying and doing. But
Right.
we have a year. Scheer could turn this rate around. Who knows? You
You
know,
see,
and
bro, yeah,
you know,
to me, like, I strongly support Maxime Bernier, but you know that we have less than 1 year left to an
yeah,
election time, right? So we
yeah,
gotta work hard to win over conservatives' heart.
yeah,
Right now, we gotta push our time, and then we gotta go out there and talk to like minority groups. There's Chinese Canadians minority groups out there. These people, they are hardworking citizens. They love to
yeah.
work. You give them, you create job for them. You know, you urge them to vote. They will go out and then vote. All we
Mhm.
need to do is just put more time, working hard, and then make sure that we talk. We talk to them very often so that they can be on our side. Right now
Yeah,
we have too many conservatives, right?
yeah,
So we
yeah,
basically fighting among each other, not only outside, even
yeah,
on Facebook too. There's a
yeah,
conservatives, sheer supporters, and fighting each other just like that. So
yeah.
the only thing we need to do is, just go out there, put more time, work hard for it, and then make sure that we can win a conservatives' heart. If we can do that, yeah, Maxime Bernier gonna take the lead. That's 100%.
Yeah, and so our job basically is just to push the good things that we hear about these people and the bad things. Make sure
Yeah,
that everybody's aware. You know, not pick a side. A lot of people say, "Well, Dan, you know, we can tell you're supporting Maxime Bernier." At this time, I kind of like what Maxime Bernier is saying, but that could change. So I'm not putting my support behind anybody at this point. I'm watching and I'm listening, and I'll tell you in about 10 months or 11 months who I feel is the proper candidate, and that's when I'll try to promote that person. Right now, like you, Win, I believe that what we have to promote is people have to exercise their right to vote and to go out there and actually vote. What happens is a lot of these, like the Islamists, they're going to vote for their own people. Believe me, they're going to make sure to put people to infiltrate into our government. And they're going to support those people and they're going to vote for those people. So if we're not out there voting for people that oppose these people, we're going to lose eventually. We've
Well,
seen countries fall. We've seen
yeah,
countries fall.
Fr-
Germany's in trouble. Sweden's in trouble. You know,
yeah, France is in trouble too.
yeah,
Big time. You see, what CPC is doing is exactly like France and Sweden. The way they are doing this, they try to cooperate with the Muslim community, right? They try to blend with other minority groups. They're forgetting about Canadians. That is the wrong way right there. That is the method of globalism. That is bad. What we try to, solve the world problem. What we can do is put our Canadians first. Like Donald Trump, he did to his American people. He's doing like exactly what he promises. He promised to his American people. So he's doing the right thing right now. We gotta follow his way in order to make Canada great again. If our leaders cannot do that, we're gonna have a huge problem one day. I would say it could lead to a civil war. Never know, because
yeah,
the ways Shear's doing is like try to blend, with other minority groups who do not like Canadians' values. They oppose, our values. They I would say Trudeau's try to bring like Sharia law in the future. If we vote, let's say if we vote Shears, right, he will be doing the same thing. CBC liberals pretty much the same, right? The way you are saying that, liberals, NDP, they have their own people. They're gonna vote for liberal. They're gonna vote for NDP, right?
yeah, yeah,
If we do not, like, let's say conservative, let's say Scheer supporters and Bernier supporter do not come together as one, we're gonna lose for sure, because liberals not weak. They have LGBTQ community, they have like Muslim community. They will vote for them, and then these people, they're so united. They keep voting the same like party over and over again. For us, like, we are fighting each other. We gotta stop now. Put more time, and then go out there, talk to each other, make sure that we patience is very important in this case. A lot of conservative people, they when they cannot win an argument over you, they block you on Facebook. They are like that, acting like liberals. That
yeah,
that kind of, yeah, that kind of thing they gotta stop. If they want to have a better change, they gotta have patience, make sure that they talk as a gentleman, or as a lady. If you're open-minded, take your time, and then just think for yourself. If you want a better change, be patient, and then take don't think it don't take my word for it. Okay, we got to listen to each other, and we make the right decision. If we make
we
the
have
wrong
to
decision,
debate. We have to debate, and that's why I agree with you
yeah,
when you say, like, it's sad when you start debating with someone, they get angry and they
yeah,
block you.
yeah,
Uh, how are we going to accomplish anything
yeah,
that way? And there's a lot of fakers out there. Look at Patriot Pride Canada wide page. They're out there slandering patriots and groups, and they're called Patriot Pride Canada wide.
yeah,
Patriot. Ryan calls himself a patriot, and what does he do? He's out there doing everything he can to slander, block, and hinder patriots' progress. He's like a cancer, and he considers himself a patriot. His page is even called, and I mean, go on the page, Patriot Pride Canada Wide. You'll
yeah,
see he slanders C3, he slanders anybody and everybody. He pretends, the guy's so stupid, he's been going around saying to people that I'm Greg Huck. I don't know if you heard that, Win, but he's been telling people because that Greg Huck fake profile on Facebook that's been going around attacking everybody, that's Ryan Dean, and we exposed it as being Ryan Dean. Well, he's been saying no, Greg Huck's Dan Dubois. Well, you know what? There's a video out there of Ryan. He gets thrown out of an NDP thing, and he's wearing a name tag that says Greg Huck, and it's right there on the ARC page for everybody to see. You can go right there on ARC. There's they call Ryan the clown, and he is the clown of the movement. And they, you know, they expose. There's Ryan saying, you know, I'm not Greg Huck, and at the same time he's wearing a name tag that says Greg Huck because he was trying to get into that meeting under the pseudonym Greg Huck. You know, so there's so much bullshit out there on Facebook. You got to be able to navigate through the crap and do your due diligence, and actually do some research when you're told stuff. You can't just take it for verbatim and believe everything you hear. And I'll tell you, a lot of stuff's right there on Google. You want to know if it's true, just Google it. Many times, you know, it can be justified or actually nullified right there on Google. You got to do your due diligence and research what you hear. You know,
Right.
and
Well,
that's another important thing.
yeah, Ryan Dean, he caused a lot of problems among our patriots too. He caused a lot of divisions. You know, I, I don't want to be rude, but this is what suitable, this is the word suitable for him. He's a pain in the ass. This guy is a douchebag. He is, because he's trying
That's
to,
being nice.
yeah. You know, we try to bring all the patriots together so that we can work towards our common goal. But this guy, he's trying to destroy like everything. He tried to separate people. You
Yeah,
know, yeah. What can
because he's very
we do?
selfish,
You
eh?
know,
Because he wants everything his way. He wanted, you know, he's very butt hurt that C3 threw him out of the group. He can't,
yeah,
like a child, he just can't get over that. So he's doing everything possible to try to slander and destroy us. And the fact of the matter is, you know, you're hurting good patriotic people, don't even know you. We're trying to do something here good for fellow Canadians. And you know, he's out there trying to destroy it and running a page where he calls it patriot pride. You know, like it's such an oxymoron. It's incredible. You know, I hate to
yeah,
go off on a Ryan discussion, but I'll tell you, to this day, the guy still you know, attacks us and does whatever he can. He's just unrelenting. I'll tell you, if he put this much effort into doing something good, he could do something great because the man is unrelenting.
yeah. Well, we know about him, but four other patriots gotta know about him too. So we gotta, you know, warn them that, you know, to watch out Ryan Dean. He caused a lot of trouble among
Oh yeah,
our patriots movement.
yeah,
We
yeah,
don't have so much time like to change, right? Unity is very powerful word. It is the right word. Like it's strength. Once we have unity, yeah, we can do a lot of things. The problem is like we are not united. So it's hard for us like to stand up all together. Right now, we have a big problem with that. If we can, you know, if we could be united, you know, long time ago, like we would like storm to Parliament and ask demand like our freedom. We could have gotten it. But we have like you know, patriots like Ryan Dean causing a lot of problem. Not just Ryan Dean's alone. There is a lady, Dina Gallant, the same thing too. Yeah, big time. She's also a big troublemaker
yeah,
too. Yeah, we have
yeah,
like not just one person. There is so many like so-called patriots causing a lot of trouble. So,
yeah.
you know, when other patriots group they got to know about them, you know, they will ignore them. Some people they don't know about them, they keep listening to them. And then those people they think we are bad. But actually
Yeah.
we are the good guys. We gotta, you know, even though like
Yeah.
we don't want to talk about Ryan Dean, but this one it must be exposed so that
Yeah.
others will know like who he is, what kind of
Yeah.
man he is.
I've had a lot of people actually reach out to me and say, you know, we should do a whole program on every bad thing that guy has done. And I said, we don't have that much time. we don't have that much time to do a video on every bad thing that Ryan's done against the movement. Every person, he's literally attacked, I think, everybody, every single person and every single group. I'll tell you, the guy's a crybaby extraordinaire. And reporting people, I'll tell you, man. I hate when people report people because they disagree with what they're saying. It's about freedom of speech. So if you don't like what somebody's saying, instead of reporting them, turn them off, scroll on, ignore it. Reporting people and then Facebook endorsing it and actually putting these people in Facebook jail for saying or giving their matter of opinion is wrong. I don't agree with everything everybody says, but if there's one thing I do agree on is that everybody has the right to say anything they want, as long as it's not a threat, because that's what freedom of speech is about. So you're either about freedom of speech or you're not. So if you're out there reporting people on what they say because you don't like it, you're against freedom of speech. Think about it.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, okay. We gotta stop talking about him. A lot of people we got to know eventually.
Yeah, I
We
wanted to ask you another question then. Let's go off. What have you gotten any more information about what happened in Sherwood Park in your backyard?
Yeah, the cop saying that the guy named Kane Kalowski, he acted alone. But according to some other journalists, they're saying that they found like multiple guns. Like the guy, the victim, he died at the hospital. It's he died from gunshot wound, right? Not from him. He didn't commit suicide. He didn't do that. Uh, he got shot by someone, right? Police right now, I would say that they're doing a cover up, so they don't want to release the suspects. They don't want to release the name who got involved. Right now, all they're saying that, oh, Kane, he acted alone in in his in that incident. There's a lot of things going on, my brother. Then
Yeah,
our RCMP, they don't want to release the the real news. They just saying like lightly. That is our RCMP also corrupt too. You know that they
no,
are like
there's good and bad in everything. I
yeah,
think that there's corruption in the RCMP. There's obviously corruption in our government. There's corruption everywhere. It's a fact of it's a way of life. It seems in this modern age. There's corruption. People are greedy. People want power. It is what it is. But I also believe that there are good RCMP out there, and I hope that those are the guys that will expose. They got to stand up and have the guts to expose the bad element within them to help Canadians. You
right,
know, because I never paint everybody with the same brush. Even Muslims, there's some very good Muslims. There's some that are here in Canada, came here with great intentions to work, contribute to our society, and embrace our way of life. We welcome those immigrants to Canada. Guys like you, Win, an immigrant that's come to Canada, that's embraced our way of life, and that is now fighting to preserve our way of life. So, if somebody was to ever tell me, oh, all those Burmese guys are terrible, bad people, I would never, not for a minute, buy that. So even Islamists, there are good Islamists. There's always extremists, there's always bad ones, but we can't just always say, well, the Muslims did this or the Islamists did that. And I always make sure to make that correction when we do a video, because I don't want people to misconstrue C3 and our members as being some kind of bigots or racists, and that we paint nationalities with the same brush, and like saying that all Muslims are bad. No, some Muslims are. Some Muslims are great people. Some Canadians are bad. Put it
yeah.
that way. We have a
Well,
prime minister that's bad.
yeah.
You know.
Our C3 is based on like freedom and democracy. We totally against Sharia law and all types of evil ideology. especially
Yeah,
like Islam, communism, socialism. Those things really bad for humanity. So we are all about like freedom, and then we are standing for it. We are not just fighting like freedom alone. We are also fighting for a better future of our women and children. That's why we
yeah,
are like so much involved uh, with the community work. We go out there, we make sure that our homeless people filled with food, and then make sure that they have like proper socks and then proper gloves. A lot of them, they have problem with the hygiene because
yeah,
our government, do not supply them, right? Because our government is only thinking about themselves. They collect taxes money, tax-paying money from us. They give to terrorists. Why?
yeah.
They shouldn't give to terrorists. They should give to like Canadians, especially veterans. A lot of veterans, they are on wheelchair. They fought in a war. A lot of them like got their limbs like missing. They a lot of them they got nowhere to go. In the cold day, they go to a mall and then sit on a bench or I don't know, loitering around. These people, they need our help, right? Our government should be thinking of them first instead of like giving money away to
Well,
terrorists.
if you think of the money that Trudeau's given away, the
Yeah,
billion that he's given away, think of how much he could have increased um, veterans' pay, increased our retired people's pay. He could have actually housed and lodged the homeless. He's given enough money away to solve all the social issues that we're having in Canada. He could have solved them all, but instead, he gave that money away, and to countries, some of these countries hate us. That's why I have a real problem with a lot of the liberals' politics and a lot of what Trudeau's doing. It's obvious that he cares more for other people than Canadians. He's not in Canada, as far as I know today, on Remembrance Day. You
he's
know,
in France. He's
there
in
you go.
France talking about like climate change, talking
Yeah,
about like Paris Agreement.
yeah.
So you
Something
remember?
that we all know it's a
Yeah,
sham. That's
yep,
that's all. That's all crap. I'll tell you, this guy is so full of it. Our prime minister has got mental illness, and we know that just by his behavior. He comes from a mentally ill mother. I see the things that he does on a daily basis almost appall me. How he is willing to help every Tom, Dick, and Harry on the planet except for a Canadian. You know.
right.
It's why we got to have groups like ours to actually pick up the gauntlet and go out there and help our own communities because our government won't. Sad.
Yeah, true. You see, conservatives also like leading the same way now. They the guy, immigration minister, Hussein from Somalia, right?
Yeah.
The Somali minister, he tried to bring, I would say, around, according to the news, it says that they will be bringing like 430,000 annually, yearly, right? That's a lot of, a lot of people. So can you imagine, like within 20 years, what will happen to Canada? I would say the real Canadians will be like a minority, so they can take over us so easily, just a
Yeah.
snap of finger, just like that. The reason they are doing that because they want power. That is their agenda. They want like a one world government. It's not gonna happen because we have like a strong patriots such as yourself, myself, and also our 3% brothers and sisters. They're not
Yeah.
gonna sitting around and do let them do like the thing they want to do. These people will get fed up one day and then they will stand up. That
Yeah.
would be like
Yeah.
a
We're
big
the
chaos.
guys. Yeah, we're the guys they want to get rid of. Yeah, middle class and hardworking Canadians. They want to bankrupt the country and then they can rebuild it with cheap labor. They're letting in China establish all kinds of industry here in Canada. We know that China has sweatshops and they pay very low wages. So, what do you think is going to happen to that $15 minimum wage? That's probably going to be the minimum wage for the next 25 years. And another thing too is that our cost of living is going up so high that even though they raised minimum wage, it didn't help. They raised, everything went up even higher than what the minimum wage percentage went up. So we didn't go forward there. We went backwards,
Yep.
and they laid off a bunch of people. These companies like Tim Hortons, they laid off a bunch of people. They don't want to pay $15 an hour, so they laid off a bunch of people. It's all about profits. So people are working harder. Those that kept their jobs at $15 an hour are now working harder to get
True.
that $15.
Not just that, we have problem with food prices too. It's gone up. Let's
Oh
say
yeah.
like when you go Tim Hortons, right? You order like a medium coffee. Before the minimum wage hike used to be $1.60, but now $1.80. It doesn't seem too much when you have more customers. That is a lot of money. And then plus they reducing the employees too. They don't want to keep many employees.
Yeah.
So basically, we're losing jobs because of
Yeah.
the minimum wage hike. Shouldn't, Rachel Notley did a mistake. I know what she wants. She wants like, basically she used lies, manipulations to get votes from the people. Before last like summertime, right? We used to pay like a liter of gas. We pay like $1.30 something. Right now is a dollar like 10 cent, 8 cent. That is manipulation. People might be thinking, oh, Rachel Notley's not bad. She's doing good. And then, election time is very near, right? So
Yeah.
she's using lie so that she can get vote from the innocent people. So
Yeah.
for the provincial elections, it will be coming in springtime. So she's buying vote using lie. We all know that, but a lot of innocent people don't know about that.
No, no. Well, and a lot of people get swayed by that. The liberals, I call them the libtards, they'll buy into that. Oh, look at this. They're doing a great job. That's who I should keep voting for. Well, don't be fooled because as soon as you vote them in, they change their minds. I just noticed that nobody is, or I bet you nobody can comment on this video. I don't know why, but I can tell that, there's a bunch of people watching, but nobody's commenting. Uh, I don't know if Facebook is quelling us or what there, but I just noticed nobody's commenting on this video. Can you see that on your end, Win?
Yeah, I can see Ricky Wright saying that she's kissing ass now. She's not getting like my vote, and then
Oh,
Tyler
okay.
Murray saying that there's comment there. So basically,
Oh,
yeah,
well,
they
you know
can write
what?
the
I'm
comment.
not. I'm not seeing the comment. I'm seeing things like Shauna Landrio is watching, Debbie Van Exan Dumont is watching, Lisa Bishop is watching, and hi to all you people, by the way. But I'm getting no comments. Dun Ryan McLean's watching. Oh, hey, Bo's actually watching. Bo Welling.
Hi, brother.
Johnny Mark, Barry Prince is watching. So we got a bunch of people watching, but I'm not. I'll probably see the comments after. I don't know why, but
Yeah,
I
I can
noticed
see
that it
some.
was a little different setting up the live video there.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about politics so that our viewers can have a little bit their
Yeah,
opinions. Yeah,
sure.
we our time is like we don't have so much time now. Like Shear's supporters and Bernier's supporter got to come together because
Yeah.
that less than 1 year, it's doesn't mean anything because Bernier is not rich. He's a wealthy man, but he's not
Mhm.
generous and then not like rich like Donald Trump, right? Donald Trump,
Mhm.
he used his own pocket money for his
Yeah.
campaign. He hired a lot of public speakers, right? So he told his speakers to go that states, this states, and then that states. He uses money to run people. So Bernier, he cannot do that because he's not richer than Donald Trump.
But Bernier, as he gains support, will get people to donate money to his campaign. He's
Yeah,
already got something like over $300,000 or $400,000 towards
yeah,
his campaign in a short time, in less than 6 weeks. So the people that support him will fund him. I don't think money is going to be an issue. I think the thing that we have to watch is the promises that they're making, and where they stand on our like important topics like our borders, our illegal immigration problem, our our homeless, our veterans, the United Nations, the Paris Accord. We kind of got to watch all those topics and see where these politicians stand on those topics. And then we shouldn't be divided. In 10 or 11 months, we should actually all unite and either everybody support Scheer or everybody support Bernier. And let's bring him in, you know?
Yeah.
And
If Shears gets elected again, we have a problem with the school boards. You know, our school system is not, it's not that good anymore because they
right,
brainwashing our kids to be liberal, to be like a NDP. A lot of our young kids they promoting like Islam in schools. They're
I
promoting
know.
like our kids to be gay. That is wrong right there. We gotta
Yeah,
stop them.
yeah,
You know, right now we have a problem changing them because our people in the power is like siding with them. So once we
yeah,
get the right people, we can change that too, so that we don't have any like problem in the future like with our kids, right? If they keep brainwashing our kids in schools, and one day like they're gonna fight us, and
yeah,
we're gonna be busy fighting with our own kids. So you that is a
yeah,
big issue. Like schools is I was saying they bring especially like college, right? And universities. A lot of young kids why they join Antifa. They think that communism or like socialism is the solution for the world. It's not
no,
the
no,
solution for the world. Freedom is the solution, but they don't know that. Our kids,
yeah,
they around like 18, 19, they think they know everything.
yeah,
Professors like from the college or university purposely brainwashing them like that so that they can maintain their power in the future. So that thing is a main, big issue for us too. So right
that
now we
is
have,
definitely, that's
yeah,
definitely a problem. That's the indoctrination of our children. Yeah. If the liberals stay in power, that mentality is going to be brought to our children. They're going to push that agenda in our schools. Yeah, like here in Ontario, we had a real problem with Wynne being gay. She was promoting the LGBTQ agenda. I mean,
yeah,
it's okay to be gay. It's okay to be part of the LGBTQ, but it's not okay to try to promote and push that agenda on others, and especially not on young, easily influenced children. Like sexuality has no place in primary school except for the basic teachings of the birds and the bees, how how to populate, the natural reproduction process. That should be promoted in the primary school. But as far as your sexuality, it has no place in primary schools. That should be left for university, college, and even later high school.
okay.
You know, what do you think?
Uh, yeah, I totally agree with you. But the only problem we have is changing our government. We gotta make sure that we got the right man to lead the country. If we, don't have like the right leader in the future, you know, it will get worse. So
Yeah,
we probably end up fighting a big
yeah,
time. But
yeah,
this civil war, never know because we have like so many like backgrounds of Canadians, right? That
mhm,
we join up like together and instead and fight against them, it could lead to World War Three. So which is bad. So uh, the main thing
mhm.
is for all of us. I'm worried about is like splitting the vote. That is a disaster right there. So if we can get like a Shear's supporter and Bernier supporter, talk to each other, make sure they understand and what's going on like between Bernier and Shears, and then they come to agreement, vote for the right guy. Yeah, we will win.
I
Right now,
think I think what'll happen is in a year from now, because these people have to come out with a platform, they have to come out with campaign promises, if you will. We're going to see who the person that we want to vote for is. We're going to have to vote for the person, like I say, that wants to preserve our way of life, wants to slow down immigration because mass immigration, like you said, and I agree with that fully, doesn't work. And if you think it does, go to a reserve and go talk to your First Nations people and ask them how well mass immigration worked for them. They were the first people here on this country, and now they live in reserves, second class people in their own country. And that's going to happen to us. We're going to get what happens is the host culture gets watered down, gets diluted, if you will, by the immigrants if there's too many of them. Some of these immigrants believe in having 6 to 8 kids. Some of these immigrants have more than one wife. So if you start having 4 or 5 children and you have 4 or 5 wives, it won't take long that true Canadians, and let's be clear, when I'm talking about Canadians, that has nothing to do with culture. I'm talking about people that were born in Canada or that came through the front door into Canada as proper immigrants and have become part of our society. That's who I term Canadians. You don't have to be white. You don't have to be black. You don't have to be any color. You don't have to even be any culture. You have to either be born in Canada or have come through the front door and gotten your proper immigration documents. Then you're a Canadian. So that's who I'm speaking for as Canadians. And that's who I feel we have to protect. Guys like Whitney. He's an immigrant, but he doesn't want his land here.
Yeah.
I don't either. Whitney's a Canadian. Whitney is as Canadian as me, you, or anybody else. Why? Because he came through the front door, because he loves this country and he's
I
willing to
love
fight
freedom,
for this
brother.
country.
Free,
You
I
know,
would die for freedom and democracy. That is my life right there. You
I
know, I
admire you a lot, Win, and it was a great day. I'm telling you, when you reached out to me and we talked, and you said that you wanted to lead Alberta as a C3 member. I thought this is fantastic because this is the kind of guys we need, guys that have heart and guys that are willing to make personal sacrifice to help this country. And I want to do a video with Cho next too. I want Canada to meet Cho, your vice president that you elected. He seems to be an awesome guy. I've talked to him a couple times, really like the guy. And I can tell that he's, again, a very great Canadian. And he's Burmese too, eh?
yeah, he's a veteran. You know that, right? He's a war
Yeah.
veteran. He went to like a couple tours, Afghanistan and Iraq. So he came back here. He retired a little bit early. So he fought hard as well.
Awesome. Like, I
Yeah.
mean, we got great people joining C3 Win. It's awesome. I'm hoping that someday C3 is big enough and strong enough that when we voice an opinion or when we oppose something, that Canada notices and Canada, helps us help them. Because I've often said we can't help you unless you help us. So,
That's right.
we need more members to join.
Yeah, we're working hard for it. Our goal is try to get like 300 people so that we can serve our needed community better. So I
Yep.
spoke to our SAA who is Cameron Shrunk. So he
Yep.
agreed with that. So we gain like every day I would say in a week we gain about 2 or 3 members. Some of them do not
Okay.
use Facebook. They don't like Facebook because they know about Facebook too well. They're taking your
Yep.
information down, right, and use it for the wrong purpose. So that's why they don't like to use social media. Yeah, we will reach to that. It will take time, and then one good thing is all of us are hardworking class people, right? So
Yep.
anytime we have a little bit free time, yeah, we go out there and then talk to people so that they can join our C3. A lot of us
Yeah.
see, yeah,
And
a lot
and
of
and and we appreciate those that even if you're not an active t-shirt wearing C3 member, we really appreciate the people that are sharing the stuff on our page, the wonderful information. And we appreciate what some people disrespectfully call keyboard warriors. I actually appreciate these people because the pen is stronger than the sword, and a lot of these keyboard warriors are probably making a bigger difference because they're writing our politicians, opposing our politicians, and sharing stuff like this video and the information on Facebook and all over the internet, sharing the awareness to help the movement grow so that we can change our government.
Right. You see, one good thing about our patriots is, we have the heart, not just to change Canada for the better. We want to change the world, but we can
Yeah,
do that. But the only thing we need to do is good men need to stand up together. And
yeah,
then once we are one, right? We can do a lot of things. We can do the talking. We don't need to bring like crazy people to to Canada. They will make everybody crazy. We gotta send like educated guys, like educate them over there. Once they become like us, we can bring them in here. If we bring all one shot just like that, it's too dangerous. It's gonna cause chaos.
yeah, you're right. And how are we going to house all these people, and how are we going to get jobs for all these people? Like, that's the problem, is that Canada can support a lot of people as far as land mass, but how are we going to support all these people as far as jobs and housing? Like, I know that in this little town of Sudbury, it's hard to find an apartment.
Right.
I've got four kids out there. My kids, all living on their own, had difficulty finding apartments. I'm a landlord. I know I don't have a hard time renting an apartment.
Right.
I'll tell you, one of my apartments comes vacant. I put it in the paper, and in a matter of a few days, it's rented. So that tells me supposedly there's a 1% vacancy here. Where are we going to put all these immigrants?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, bringing immigrants, like massive immigrants, down to Canada is such a bad idea because they weaken our economy because we gotta feed them. It's from our tax-paying money. So
Yeah.
if we save that tax-paying money, tax paying dollars, right? We put like invest that money, like build shelters for the homeless, and then treat a lot of people. They have mental problem because psychology is very important too. I know that they are addicted to drugs because they have some they don't have self motivation. Once they know how to think for themselves, they become strong. They know how to treat themselves. Yeah, you save one life right there. When we have like an an educational program, right, just to help them out, that'd be good. We spend a little bit time, let's say 6 months or even one up to 1 year, not a problem. We use that tax-paying money on them so that one day they become a better man, and then they can help out like us, and then the rest of the world. Right now is our government bringing like massive immigrants to Canada, and then they're not helping our homeless people, and then cause a big mess. And then the immigrants, let's say from Philippines, they came here to work. That is very good for us. We getting money from them because these people, they paying taxes. If you bringing like immigrants, they don't want to work. You gotta support them. You gotta put them in school, and then make sure that they learn our language. Make sure that they know where to go or how to get around. Until like a lot of them, even though they know how to speak English, they don't want to work. They still like keep collecting money, welfare check from the government, and then that money, right, we use it like on good people, even like for women and children. There's a lot of women, they have like domestic problems with their husband's uncle or whatever, they left, they end up living on the street. We build more shelters for them, and then treat these people to become a normal person, and then we put them into work. Right now is the main thing is we have immigration problems, and then our government also like they want to lead in United Nations. That is bad. They're gonna bring a lot of I would say like crazy people from Islamic countries, not like a good country. Good country, in the future they don't want to live here anymore. They want to go back to their country, and then they will work like somewhere else. A lot of Filipino people, they love Japan. Japan is expensive, but they enjoy working over there because it's too peaceful over there. The crime
Mhm.
rate is low, like Switzerland. Why
Yeah.
Switzerland? The crime rate, Switzerland has like the lowest crime rate because a lot of people
Mhm.
carry guns. Guns is like, I would say like three people, one person carry gun. Even women, even like old women, They carry guns too. That's why their crime rate is so low.
Yeah, I know. Unfortunately, our government believes in disarming good people. Fact is nothing wrong with a good person holding a gun. What could be wrong with a good person carrying a gun? If her intentions or his intentions are nothing but good, it's not a problem for them to carry a gun. It's not the good people that are actually killing people with guns. It's bad people that are killing people with guns. Some of those guns, and in most cases, those guns aren't even legal guns, they're illegal guns. So, it's not a good idea to actually unarm your good population and leave your bad population armed. It's been proven, statistics have proven it, that like you say, that in states and in countries where everybody's armed, I'll tell you, it kind of equals the playing field. There's nobody's going to pick on you or bully you because they know that big or small, you're armed, so they'll respect you. And whether they respect you out of simple respect or they respect you because you're armed, at the end of the day, you're being respected. So it's
Right.
100% win-win.
Yeah. Brother Dan, I'm still charging. Almost running out of berries. Still charging.
Yeah,
It's kind of late
yeah,
too,
it's been a great talk, my friend.
yeah. Finest statement I want to reveal to you. Maxime Bernier is the right guy, but the problem is we need to win conservatives' heart so that he can become like he 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 gonna get like a lot of supporters. Without a lot of supporters, I don't know. It could like we could end up like living under liberal. I'm worried about that. You have like grandkids. I have a child. We gotta work together and then make sure we put a little bit time on those conservatives. Make them understand that hey, we gotta go for a Maxime Bernier. If we don't do that, and then we're gonna lose another four years under
And
Trudeau. If
and we don't know at this time yet. I feel maybe Maxim Bernier's things are gonna be revealed about him, or he's gonna say things that's gonna make him lose support. So I'm telling Canadians, watch, listen, and do your due diligence and vote next year. That's what you got to do is learn, because if there's one person that shines out there because they're saying things that patriots like to hear and Canadians like to hear, that's the person that's going to get elected. So at this point, I'm trying not to push anybody towards Scheer or towards Bernier, but I'm saying that I kind of like the things that Bernier's been saying more than Scheer lately.
yeah.
But that could change, you
Yeah,
know.
obviously Maxime Bernier, he's not a globalist. This
I
guy,
don't think.
yeah, he's against United Nations. He's
Yeah,
against Paris Agreement. He's
yeah,
against like massive of immigrations. That is like, a strong point right there. There's three strong points. He,
yeah,
as long as he keep promise, his promises, yeah, he will do great. Exactly just Donald Trump. I totally believe in him.
yeah.
But the problem is like, how can he get like more supporters to support him in the to vote for him in the election time? That is one thing I'm worried about. A lot
Well,
of like loyal, yeah, a lot of Shears loyal people, they're gonna vote for them. They're saying that. So we gotta have a lot of patience in this thing. If we put a lot of time and then talk to those loyal Shears loyal supporters, make them understand that hey, she's not the right guy to lead the country, and then why don't you go to Maxine? And as long as like they get the points or the ideas of Maxime Bernier, yeah, we're gonna change Canada, not just Canada alone. We're gonna change many parts of the countries around the world. But
well,
Maxime
that's
Bernier,
our
yeah,
and that's our job right now, is to share the information that we know
yeah,
about Scheer and Bernier, and to make Canadians aware of both of their ideals and both of their platforms and both of their promises. And then when we get close to election, we got to endorse somebody. And then it might be Scheer. It might be, I know it won't be the NDP, because I really don't like that they're supporting the Liberals. I will never trust the Liberals again. But I'm going to pick a guy, and I think it's going to be either between Bernier and Scheer. So We'll have to wait and see who does the best job at selling themselves as being the best prime minister for Canada and looking after Canadians' interests. So we got to just watch. Our job, me and you, Win, is to make sure that Canada knows what's going on and to keep helping our fellow Canadians. You're doing an awesome job, brother. You're doing 100%. I can't criticize one thing you're doing. You're doing great. You know,
Thanks, brother. That's
awesome. And I can't wait. I can't wait to go out to Edmonton. I'm going to go out there. I'm hoping maybe in the new year, I'm going to take time off and I'm going to drive out there. I'm going to
yeah.
come meet you guys.
Brother Dan, I can promise you that, I won't change. This is my nature. I'm gonna keep helping the needed people. This is me. So
You're a good man.
I would say I got it from my mother and father. My dad, like he died, fought hard in the war. So, I got his attitude too, his personality. Like,
Well, you're a good man, Win. You're a
yeah.
good man. You got a great wife. Say hi to your family. Say hi to your friends. And pass on my good wishes to all the C3 members in your chapter, my friend.
All right, I will, brother. So we will talk again. So make sure that you let brother Tole know so that I can watch you guys talking. Okay.
Awesome, brother.
All right.
Awesome.
All the viewers, have a good night, and I'll see you guys next time.
All
Okay,
right.
bye,
Take
brother.
care, Win.
Yeah, you too. Bye.
Ciao. So I wanted Canada to meet our brother and leader in Alberta, Win Nay, and you have. I want to just leave this video by saying that I'm happy that Terry Lynn is back in prison. That's the killer of Tory Stafford. I'm happy that some justice has prevailed and that this evil person is back behind bars. A terrible, terrible thing. This poor little Tori. I have a daughter called Tori, and that was a terrible thing that happened to Tori. Ideally, this would have never happened. But I'll tell you, this Terry Lynn that killed this poor little girl, and to stay there for the rest of her natural life. I lost a child at 8 years old. I lost my son, and it was a stupid thing. Kids playing with guns. My son's over there asking about a mini bike. I was separated, and he'd asked if he could buy a mini bike, and he's over at the house asking about the mini bike. They invite him in the house. 16-year-old kids. My son's 8. They're playing with guns. One kid loads a gun, puts the gun on safety, points it at my son, pulls the trigger, and shoots him dead. I know what it's like to lose somebody. I know what it's like to lose a child. I know what it's like to lose a child in a violent manner. I was a basket case for years. I almost took my own life on numerous times. And I don't want to make this video about me, but I'll tell you, I know what Tori's dad is going through, and my most heartfelt sentiments go to this man. Keep it up, keep up the courage. You never forget, but you learn to live with it. So, with that said, I'm happy that Terry Lynn's back behind bars. And I'm hoping that you spent a great Remembrance Day with family and friends. I did. I went to my oldest daughter's shower. I'm going to be a grandfather again. 2 grandkids already and a 3rd on the way. I'm blessed like you wouldn't believe. So thanks, Dan Unruh, for doing what you did today and attending the remembrance ceremonies in Sudbury. I shared your videos. Real good stuff, my friend. I wish I could have made it. So again, I wish all the patriots out there a great Remembrance Day. Love yous all. We'll see you again as I introduce another C3 member in the near future. Take care.